Floyd Shivambu rocked the South African political establishment when he suddenly announced his departure from the EFF and his decision to join the newly formed Umkhonto We Sizwe Party. Political commentators were left scratching their heads as to what had prompted this radical action. Shivambu then rose rapidly through the MKP leadership structures as he was first appointed National Organiser and shortly thereafter Secretary General. But then things changed quickly as reports emerged of unhappiness among party structures and some in the leadership about Shivambu, who was largely seen as an outsider. Party President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile, famously publicly insulted Shivambu on social media. It was clear then that Zuma would have to choose between his daughter and Floyd. And it appears that the daughter has won. The question now is Floyd Shivambu capable of becoming a backbencher in Parliament? Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into this. Shivambu's tenure as Secretary General of the MKP was marked by mounting controversies, political missteps, and factions that significantly eroded his influence within the party. While his initial appointment brought attention and strategic weight to the MKP, a series of events in recent months had cast serious doubt over his long-term viability in this role. Another major blow to Shivambu's standing came from his very public feud with Duduzile Zuma Sambudla, the daughter of the president. She harshly criticized Shivambu on social media, calling him useless and unfit to lead. Although an apology followed, the damage was done. It highlighted deep-seated divisions within the upper ranks of the party. In a party where loyalty to Jacob Zuma is a foundational principle, being publicly denounced by his daughter revealed that Shivambu lacked the internal backing he needed to survive politically. Shivambu has also struggled to maintain control over key provincial structures. In Mpumalanga, the party is currently grappling with deep-rooted factionalism and leadership disputes that threaten its cohesion and electoral prospects. Central to these challenges is the ongoing power struggle between two prominent figures, Mary Padi and Busisiwe Mkhwebane. Both women command significant followings within the province, and their rivalry has exposed broader issues within the MKP's provincial structures, chiefly a lack of clear governance frameworks and accountability mechanisms. This internal contest for control has manifested in competing claims over party leadership, parallel meetings, and conflicting public statements which confuse supporters and undermine the MKP's ability to present a united front. As Secretary General, it fell to Shivambu to resolve these tensions. His failure to do so was seen as a sign of weak leadership and used by his enemies within the party to call for his removal. In what appeared to be a slow-burning strategy, Jacob Zuma distanced himself from Shivambu over time, refusing to publicly defend him in the face of growing controversies. Eventually, Zuma moved decisively, removing Shivambu from the Secretary General position and redeploying him to Parliament, a symbolic demotion that confirmed his waning influence. Zuma's silence in the lead-up to this decision suggests it was calculated, allowing internal discontent to build and then acting when Shivambu's support had entirely collapsed. It reinforced Zuma's authority while signaling a reset in party leadership. Shivambu's downfall was not the result of a single error, but rather the accumulation of political miscalculations, internal conflicts, and a failure to navigate the power dynamics of a party deeply rooted in loyalty and identity. His removal reflects broader tensions within the MKP and the party's struggle to balance national ambitions with internal coherence and discipline. Shivambu's trip to Malawi to meet self-proclaimed prophet and fugitive Shepherd Bushiri sparked a firestorm of criticism within South Africa and the MKP. Many party members and supporters saw the visit as damaging to the MKP's credibility and inconsistent with its stated mission to uphold law and order. Bushiri is wanted in South Africa for fraud, and the optics of a high-ranking MKP leader meeting with him undermined both public trust and internal discipline. The fallout from this meeting was immediate and severe, with party insiders labeling it a diplomatic and political disaster. That has provided Zuma with the best smokescreen to take the action that I argue he was bound to take, irrespective of whether Floyd had gone to Malawi or not. Floyd Shivambu's move to a backbencher role in the National Assembly marks a stark shift from his previous high-profile leadership positions. The shift from influencing party direction to simply participating in parliamentary debates without direct authority could be frustrating for someone used to wielding significant power and visibility. As a backbencher, his platform to shape national discourse or party policy will be limited unless he carves out a new niche for himself within the party or becomes a key voice on specific issues in parliament. Despite these constraints, it is too early to call this the end of Shivambu's political career. His resilience, political acumen, and ability to command media attention could still serve him well in the long run. If internal tensions within MKP arise or the party seeks to broaden its leadership base beyond Jacob Zuma loyalists, Shivambu could re-emerge as a critical player. Alternatively, if he becomes disillusioned with MKP's direction, he might realign himself with another political formation or return to a more active role through civil society or independent platforms. His career is likely at a crossroads rather than at its conclusion. I doubt it very much that Floyd, an experienced political operator, would have been so naive and arrogant to travel to Malawi without Zuma's knowledge. And it is deeply ironic that Jacob Zuma, a man whose presidency was marked by profound breaches of constitutional duty, has now assumed the authority to remove Floyd Shivambu as Secretary General on the grounds presumably tied to ethics or party discipline. I mean, that very morning, the Pietermaritzburg High Court dismissed his efforts to have corruption charges against him set aside. He and French arms manufacturer Thales face charges of corruption, money laundering, and racketeering related to the arms deal. Zuma's track record as president includes the well-documented misuse of state resources to upgrade his private Nkandla residence, a scandal so severe that it led the Constitutional Court to declare that he had violated his oath of office. This was not a momentary lapse in judgment, but a sustained disregard for the responsibilities that come with public office. Zuma presided over what many have described as one of the most corrupt periods in South Africa's democratic history, enabling the Gupta family to exercise undue influence over key state institutions. From Eskom to Transnet, the Gupta network allegedly siphoned billions of rands through state capture. That this same individual would now claim moral high ground in dismissing Shivambu, regardless of the latter's own controversies, strikes at the heart of political hypocrisy and selective accountability. In a functioning democracy, accountability must be consistent and impartial, not wielded as a tool to settle political scores or reframe narratives. Zuma's actions raise serious questions not just about the justification for Shivambu's removal, but about the integrity of those making such decisions. Until leaders confront their own past wrongdoings with honesty and contrition, efforts to enforce discipline within party ranks will continue to ring hollow in the eyes of the public. Zuma's leadership history suggests a pattern of prioritizing loyalty over competence, which could erode MKP's institutional capacity. This kind of leadership can foster a culture of patronage and internal power struggles, which may intensify as the party grows and more actors vie for influence. Such instability can alienate both supporters and potential coalition partners, diminishing the party's effectiveness and public trust over time. Zuma's controversial legacy, including unresolved legal issues and a tainted record of governance during his presidency, cast a long shadow over the MKP's future. There is no doubt that other leaders played a role as well, but Zuma was the main architect of the ANC's fall from grace, which saw it manage a meager 40% in the 2024 national elections. And because he rules by decree, MKP's future as a viable, vibrant political formation is not promising. So while Shivambu's dramatic decline in fortunes prompted my topic, Zuma and his party's future are also being put to the test. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and comment. Thanks to all our new subscribers. If you are not yet a subscriber, please consider doing so. See you in the next one.